Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule very well, very beautifully. Double salutations to the Akim who pushing his gospel in truth and in sincerity to the best of their ability given to them by Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Peace, blessings, and salutations be unto the elect scattered abroad. May the election of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Lord willing, fall upon your houses. This is Brother Quanah Walter coming back at you, Lord will, with the edifying lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Lord will. It is edifying, Lord will. It is straight to the point. But I was just meditating, earlier, man, and, just remaining humble, right? The topic of remaining humble, right, ultimately came to mind, man. And that's heavy, man. It's very important to remain humble in this thing, man. Because this truth can definitely puff you up, man. To have you thinking that you're somebody, right, when in reality, right, we're nobody, man. This truth and the fact that, we have this truth comes from Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, right? It's not of us, right? This is of the Lord, man. And everything that we do know, and everything that we have, right, is from Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. So again, we have to remain humble, and we're just going to hit a few precepts on that topic, right? This is Luke, the 18th chapter, again, going into, a parable, right, that Yahweh Shai, was speaking right here, right? In Luke 18, starting verse 10, it says, 2 men went up into the temple to pray, the one a Pharisee and the other a publican. The Pharisee stood and prayed thus with himself, the Most High, I thank thee that I am not as other men are, extortioners, unjust, adulterers, or even as this publican. I fast twice in a week. I give tithes of all that I possess. Right? And he was basically just naming off all the different things that he does for the Lord, man. Boasting in him, in a sense, right? Verse 13, it says, and the publican, standing afar off, would not lift up so much as his eyes unto heaven, but smote upon his breast, saying, Most High, be merciful to me, a sinner. I tell you, this man went down to his house justified rather than the other. For every one that exalteth himself shall be abased, and he that humbleth himself shall be exalted. That's right, man. So it was a perfect example, right? Dude was ultimately being, sincere, right? He wasn't lifting himself up, right, to be anybody, right? He wasn't boasting in the things that he has done, for the Lord, or just done in general, He's ultimately praying for that mercy, which this is the same mentality that we have to be in, right? Being in contrite spirit, Lord says he's nigh to them that are of a contrite spirit, man. Let's go to that real quick. Right here, Psalms 34 and verse 18, right at the very top, it says, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is nigh to them that are of a broken heart, and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit. Right, man? Right, and then you drop all the way down, right, to prayer of Azariah 1:16. It says, nevertheless, in a contrite heart and an humble spirit, let us be accepted. Right, man? Being in that contrite spirit, being humble, knowing again, therefore, that the mercy that, Lord will we receive is going to come from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. It's not going to come from ourselves. It's going to come from the Lord, man. It's heavy, man. And I also want to grab Matthew's, if we can, Matthew's, the 18th chapter. Because the Lord said what? He that humbleth himself as a child, shall be called the greatest in the kingdom, man. Why? Because the disciples, right, we're talking about it, man. Who's going to be number one, right? Who's going to be the greatest? Right, as we read Matthew 18:1, it said, at the same time came the disciples unto Yahweh Shai, saying, who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven? Right, it says, Yahweh Shai called a little child unto him and set him in the midst of them, and said, verily I say unto you, which that word verily just means truly, right? It says, verily I say unto you, except ye be converted and become as little children, ye shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven. That's right, man. And that ultimately goes into you being, erasing all those, erasing, right? Forgetting all those things that you learned, right? When we were in the world, Christianity, come as ye are, all that dumb shit that we've learned in the world, right? Committing adultery, right? Eating shrimp, crab, lobster, and pork. Those things were okay in the world. right? But guess what? We have to, again, right, forget and erase all the things that we learned from the world, right? And to basically become a blank slate, man, so that the Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, right, can ultimately build us up, and raise us up correctly, through the Spirit, and that's a point, right, to be taken from, this parable as well, right? Verse 4, and here's the point, it says, whosoever therefore shall humble himself as this little child, the same is greatest in the kingdom of heaven, right, man? Because a child ultimately doesn't know anything, man. A child, is willing to accept, right, whatever, punishment or information, right, given to them, man, and not, act as if, it was them, right? That's a child, man, and that's example, right, that the Lord, right, Yahweh Shai is ultimately trying to, get across, right, to the disciples, man, right, and even us today, right, that we need to, ultimately humble ourselves, man, because again, all this information that we do have, it's not of us, it's of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man, Yahweh Shai, right, he was the only one worthy, right, to loose those seals, man, He was the only one worthy, man. That's we're not, right? He was, man, or he is, So again, we have to remain humble because, again, with this knowledge, with this truth, it can puff you up, and that will ultimately lead to your destruction, right? Let's go to, what is that? Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 18. It said, pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall, right? So you ultimately, you being in that spirit of, I'm big and bad, or, I'm just the best, or you want to be the center of attention, right? You want to be that guy. And well, guess what, man? The Lord is ultimately going to bring your ass down, man. The Lord will bring your ass down. And that goes back to, Eleazar, right, in the Maccabees, man, but he wanted to make a name for himself. Let me see if I can find this, like. He wanted to get himself a name. I think this is it right here. Right. Eleazar, right? It's First Maccabees 6 and 43. It says, Eleazar also, surnamed Savarin, perceiving that one of the beasts armed with royal harness was higher than all the rest, and supposing that the king was upon him, put himself in jeopardy. Right, so he's risking his life, right? Right, to do what? To the end that he might deliver his people and get him a perpetual name, right? So he's trying to make a name for himself, man, rather than letting the Lord, ultimately exalt him, right? What does it say? That he that shall, shall be, he that is exalted, right, shall be abased, roughly paraphrasing, right? And he that is abased shall be exalted. So, Judas Maccabeus, man, him being, of that, humble and low stature, what happened? The Lord exalted that man, lift that man up. Right now, he has a great name, Judas Maccabeus. Everybody knows that name, man, right? But Eleazar, very few people know that name, man, when people read about this example, it's like, damn, you know what I mean? Rather than, oh, yeah, he did great deeds, man, scriptures say, a good name, right, is above all gold, roughly paraphrasing, man. And this dude got a bad name, because now look what's written about him, because of his pride, right, because he wasn't being humble, right? Verse 45, it says, wherefore he ran upon him courageously through the midst of the battle, slaying on the right hand and on the left, so that they were divided from him on both sides. Which done, he crept under the elephant and thrust him under, right? Because when you go right, verse 45 tells you, hey, man, he was killing him, man. He was slaying him, But again, that pride, man, got his ass, right? Verse 46, which done, he crept under the elephant and thrust under him and slew him, whereupon the elephant fell down upon him, and there he died. That's right, man. Him being prideful, right? He died in a very bad way. He got crushed, man. Because of his pride, and that's exactly what's going to happen, right, to all those that are are proud and, and full of pride in this time, man, Lord is going to take your ass out, man. And that's exactly what Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is coming to do, you know? Let's go to, where is it? Isaiah, I think it's 13:11, Slakia. Isaiah chapter 13 and 11, it says, and I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. That's right, man. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is coming to humble those who are proud, man. You know, by letting them know, hey, you living or dying, right, is of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, right? Not of your own self, man. But the Lord's finna put a lot of people in peril, man. Great judgment is coming upon the world, man, right? And those who are proudful, you know, are ultimately going to be put, you know, be brought low, man. You know, according to the Lord. So you got to stay humble, man. Stay humble. Remember that this thing that we are part of, right, as the elder apostle Gabar calls it, right, this thing of ours, you know, is not of us, right? It's of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. You know, so to remain humble, right? Stay in your lane, man. Just stay in your lane. Just stay in your lane. You know, inside joke, man. You know, stay in your lane, man. You know, we're almost out of here, man. You know, part of being, you know, part of enduring, right, until the end is being humble. You know, so again, stay in your lane, man. You know, so with that, Lord will, is edifying, Lord will, straight to the point. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Ba'Shem Barachak Wadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, elder bishops, the great millstone. Till next time, I say shalom.